To actually have people excited about fog and bring novelty to something that a lot of people take for granted. Our goal here is to actually get lighting designers to consider fog generation as a device in itself, as something that is actually part of a lighting design, not just something that you go, oh, I forgot it. All right. So the idea is, MDG has been around for 30 years. This year is our 30th anniversary. We've been proposing products, Max series, which is fog generators, and the Atmosphere series in the past, which is the atmospheric haze generation, if you will. This device, theONE, is an atmospheric generator which basically combines both. So it will do haze and fog, which is a nice thing in itself, because it's one source of fog and everything. But it's also DMXable. You can definitely address it and control it through your normal console. Now, what makes it different is now it is not only just DMX, but we've implemented all the network protocols, mostly ACN, RDN, ArtNet, to make it basically turn this into a device that you actually create for your control consoles, and basically becomes the same as a moving light or any other device you hook up to your system. The idea with this machine was to actually address the touring industry more than the install industry. That's why it comes usually in a rack, as it is presented today, with 2 old bottles. We use CO2 to propel, or CO2 or any inner gas really, to propel our fluid through the system, so it becomes a noiseless, practically noiseless fog generator, or atmospheric generator in this case. It is also, you've got a universal power supply in it. We developed a fully Dmx pressure regulator, so you no longer have to worry about what kind of gas you're using. You just put the bottles, hook it up to the machine, and it will auto-regulate. Also, it gave us the ability, since we're using gas to propel the fluid in the system, it gave us the ability to actually regulate the amount of fog produced. So volume also is controllable now through your desk. It is obviously addressable to any address, obviously. It comes with a universal power supply, so 90, 260 volts for touring applications, 50, 60 hertz. We talked about the network, and the rack itself is rated for rigging. So it's rated for 750 kilograms. If you're not safe with that, underneath the rack there are 2 half couplers, are both rated 750 kilograms to actually sit the machine on a truss if need be and clamp it there. The 2 bottles, there's a 2 20-pound bottle or 9-kilogram bottles of CO2. I also joined with 20 liters of fluid in the back to feed the machine. That basically gives you an autonomy of about 300 hours of haze without refilling anything at full intensity. If you obviously use it at a lower intensity, it's exponentially higher. And that's it. That's what we do. Any questions? Yes.
Thank you. I have become, I've worked with a band called the Sisters of Mercy for the last 2 years, the result of which is that I have become far more expert in smoke than I would ever wish to become, in terms of the fact the first time I worked for the band, the rider they gave me was 10 smoke machines, 10 fans, and some lights would be nice.
That's pretty cool.
So in terms of you have a product, I have an artist that requires smoke. Does this... can this remote to more than one position? Is this... So from here, it's what does it come physically out of there? Does it come out of a hose? What's the delivery out of here?
What's the delivery in terms of?
Where does the smoke come out?
When the smoke come out?
Where?
Oh, sorry. Can you mute me because I'm going to feedback? Basically, it's in the front. That's
Okay.
exactly what I was afraid of. Do we have Vanna White here? So, basically, in the front portion, there are two fans, which will create a vortex to actually, when required, break the fog into its smallest particle possible. But
Right.
there is a nozzle right in the front. Is that the question you asked?
Well, can you remote it? Can you?
No. No,
So
you can
this,
remote the whole unit,
right.
the whole, as it stands on the table right now. The
Ah,
whole
okay.
unit comes
Right,
out
right. Yeah.
off the cradle.
So I don't need that whole lump of stuff on the stage.
No.
Because this band has 10 smoke machines on a club stage. So
I
one
kind
of the
understand.
issues we have is where to put the band.
They're not riggable, are they? Damn it. I don't think so. No,
Certainly
I mean,
not.
it doesn't necessarily have to come with the cradle. You
Right.
have some distance. I mean, with the shear pressure, you can do some distance with the gas. The fluid, you can also do some distance. I don't have specific number to give you right now, but I can tell you you'll do easily 20 meters, so anywhere on a normal stage, you
Okay.
can basically remote. If remote is needed,
Right.
absolutely, by all means, you can remove the machine from the cradle, put it anywhere needed.
Okay, and I assume that from power up, it's pretty much ready to deliver. It's just no warm up.
There is warm up. Essentially, you have a warm up time which varies anywhere between 5 and 8 minutes.
Right.
When it's warmed up, though, it's never down. There's
Right.
no wait time. It's 100% duty cycle, so there's no reheating. There's no waiting on cue when
I
when
don't
the
have
cues-
cues. I have on.
Lucky for you. Some actually do have cues, you know. But when you do have on and you need on, it's
Yeah,
on.
no.
And the beauty of it is, again, since we require very little fluid and we have a good grip on how to maintain that constant temperature required for that for making fog, it's constant.
I mean,
It never goes down.
Just to give you an idea, my first move when I saw the spec was I actually now spec a fog operator with their own desk.
Well,
So-
the unions will be happy. We just created a job.
Okay, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
But does it work as a hazer or does it work as a smoke machine?
Both.
Both.
Yeah,
So
they
it will
have
give me
control.
those
There-
small puffs of air when smoke when it's not working.
Yeah, you can make it look like a cigar if you want. Yes,
Okay.
indeed.
But
But technically, you have control over. The way it works is you have 4 channels. The first channel will turn on the machine. Second channel will choose which mode you want to use it at. Haze without fans, because to produce the haze we use the fans to break it. Fog with fans. So you may want to have fog and create some form of vortex to have like a expanding cloud of some sort, or the natural fog as we know it, which is the constant output at a given velocity and a given volume. The third channel will control that volume, that amount of fog you want to produce, and that fourth channel will give you the ability to, put it on, So that's how it works.
so it's got a heater for the hazer and a heater for the fog then?
Same heater, same module. It's controlled. It's controlled via various valves, whether you have fog or haze.